Oh, there's a count? Wait, is it live now? That was the fastest 5 seconds ever. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the Couch Cat podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan. I'm joined by co-host Alan.
Hello.
Wow, dude. This is like literally your one job, and you almost missed it completely.
Hey, man. Be jelly. This is all I have to do.
In today's episode, we're going to be discussing Update 11 and what could have been. But first, Alan, what's up? Welcome to the digital studio. We're in a new digital studio, different from last time. We're trying out another software. But what's going on?
Not much. Just spent, close to an hour trying to figure out how to use this new software, so that's been fun.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's been great.
We set a time hack, and we go way beyond it. So, probably better to do prep work in the future.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. I mean, that's not us at all. So, but yeah, that's good to hear.
Yep.
So everyone who's watching and whoever's listening, we appreciate you, the podcast audience. But for those of you who will see this episode, in the future, we are using Riverside.fm. In our opinion, it's better than StreamYard, and it's got a lot more under the hood. But please let us know down in the YouTube comments if you like it, if you liked it better than StreamYard. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Just hope you enjoyed it in general. But let's get back to it. So, Alan, and for anyone who's been sleeping under a rock, April Fool's was right around the corner, right? It was
Yes.
It was a day ago.
Yep.
2 days ago. How many days has it been? What's today?
It's
third.
the third right now.
So 2 days ago. And
yes,
before April 1st, I think it was the 31st, Mike pushed out an update, and the details in the patch note, it was really small, said no more large updates. Content will be rolled out in fragments. And that's real. At least I assume it to still be real. So that was very odd to see. And that kind of like shot us in the foot, because it's like, oh, we'd like to do big episode, overviews or update overviews, right?
yeah.
But yeah, so the very next day on April 1st, Mike posts, and boasts that's the largest update in MMO history. So right then and there, it was like, that doesn't add up to what he just released yesterday. But who's going to remember that? And lo and behold, episode 11. And it was a joke. So
Version 11.
Yeah, version 11, excuse me, was a joke. And it contained pretty much like all the players' like wish lists of what would they want in the game. And then nightmares too, like realized. like how pay to win this game could turn in.
Pay to win central.
Yeah, and also how bad it could be for PvP players. If, Mike made this game softer on PvE players. So that's what I got right off the bat from reading this fucking novel of an update. That's not real. But I do want to clarify, because I've seen some confusion's been brought to me the way I worded things. When I say real, I mean that it's gone live, because yes, these are all suggestions, like player suggestions that have been approved of through the suggestion board or whatever fuck it's called. I don't remember. But you can upvote suggestions, right? And Mike will like deem them worthy to be implemented into the game. So most of these are real, but they're not live. And that's what I meant. So if update 11 or version 11, excuse me, were to go live, and this is again a blog post by Mike. So we will have links to his blog post, and correctly cite it. And if you haven't read it yet, or if you're a new player stumbling around, go to his blog post. There's a lot of good information there, and specifically for this episode. So, as you can see here, I have the screen shared. And, again, our largest update ever, boasted by Mike, the biggest hook, line, and sinker I've ever seen. And we're just going to go down to the first change. You know, the fake change, if you will. And it's, I would say, right off the bat, it's a banger, if you will, because the travel system is the bread and butter of SimpleMMO. It's like the core mechanic of the game. And actually, when I was preparing these notes, you know how we went over Mike's other blog post, like 2021 in review?
Yeah.
He actually has like the same format. So I was like,
very similar.
I was like, wait a freaking minute, because it opens up with travel, and this is opening up with travel.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, all right, Mike, like, I don't know if anyone would know this or notice this, but and I only noticed it because I was doing notes on it. You know, that's a lot of copy and pasting. But so anyway, Mike claimed this update to be revolutionary, or at least this aspect of version 11. And it included 160,000 squares on a map that players could traverse. And it changed the whole way of traveling to going up, down, left, and right. So if you've played games like Ninja RPG in the past, or any other game.
Yeah, I was going to say it reminded me exactly of it.
Which is like, in my mind, my favorite grid-based travel game. That's what it would turn the game into. There's no more, side-scrolling. And you would gain coordinates, which was just like Ninja RPG or any other grid-based travel game. And another cool thing, it included like being able to meet up with people. Like the coordinates are actual meeting places. Like it could be shared, and you could travel together. So that would be interesting, because that would almost, in my mind, introduce a party system, right? Travel together.
That would be cool.
Together, right? Like a more MMO aspect or feature of the game. And on the downside of that, they implemented a new limit. So they reduced the limited stepping to 100 times within 30 minutes, which would crush every PvEer soul, because that's all they do. They just step.
Oh yeah.
And here's the beginning of the Diamond Surge, right? But they could be refilled or even upgraded entirely by purchasing the update in the Diamond store. So this is a recurring theme, Alan. You see how he kind of squeezes in like the Diamond store or pay-to-play purchasing. Like he threads it in to show you like how he could monetize every aspect of this game, but he hasn't yet.
Dude's gotta make money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think
to the Bahamas.
I might have missed it, but I think there was even verbiage in here that said like there's ads and steps. Like every couple steps there would be an ad to play or something like that. Or I saw a discussion in the SimpleMMO Discord channel about ads and stepping. So maybe they were just kind of like speculating off of or like, it could be a lot worse, or something like that. But
yeah. Wouldn't that be something worse. Like those diehard SimpleMMO fans are like, 100 steps within 30 minutes? Well, you should be lucky. It could be a lot worse. It could be an ad every 3 steps. Okay, fair. Like, whatever, I guess it could be worse.
Before you go any further, Alan, I just want to do a video check with you real quick. Do you still look crisp? Because on my end, you don't. Even though you're still reading 1080p.
Nah, you don't look crisp either.
I think it's because it's like uploading. Because Riverside has like that cloud feature. It's weird. I wonder what it's going to turn out like in the end. It's really weird. But yeah, dude. So how about you go over the next one?
Yeah, sure. So the next part was actually something that I got excited for. I will say when I got off work on April 1st, I saw like the update like removed version 11 because no one appreciate it enough. I was like, what happened here? Like, what happened to the game while I was at work for 12 hours?
And me spamming.
But yeah. But when I looked back at the pet level and battling was probably the coolest part that I thought about this update if it were to become a thing. Essentially, you know how we have a pet slot within our inventory, and it's more of like a attack and defense type of buff. Well, now instead of that, it'll actually be a pet, one almost like a dog, if you will. You could level them up. You could battle them with other players, customize them, feed them.
You could have just said like
things
any
like that,
like pet system in any game, like a dog, if you will. What the fuck was that, dude?
Hey man, a dog is a pet. Am I wrong? No.
Yeah, in Stardew Valley, maybe.
Anyways, a chicken could be a pet as well.
All right, dude. Sorry, just go on. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
Yep. Anyways, that means though that all existing pets in this update were to be reset to level 1, which would suck for those really high custom pets that you get from events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Imagine like you have this really strong pet and it's like level 1.
All the Celestials from the farming event currency.
Yeah. Yeah, God. And then it also says, and the theme that Ryan was talking about is purchase stronger and better pets directly in the Diamond store. So, pay to win, baby.
Yeah.
Pokemon
like
2.0.
Like instantly showing like, well, the system is going to be cool. We're going to screw everything up that you've had before, make it pretty much worthless. But now we have these pets in the Diamond Store that are ultimately the best thing on the market, or even in the meta right now. So that'd be really like that would be like a huge slap. Like, okay, you're going down the patch notes and you're like, you get to traveling. You're like, okay, that's strike 1, and now you're at strike 2.
Yeah, and
then I think by the end of these patch notes, you're at like strike 20. You're like, like it doesn't end. But I think that would have been we even speculated this in one of our roadmap episodes way back when we were active. We were like, I think pets would bring another, level of gameplay to the game. Especially if you're...
I think like it would be amazing.
Yeah, especially if you're PvE and you don't really care about PvP. Like, you just want to...
Yeah.
Because I think PvE players, even till up to now, they want stronger monsters to fight in stepping. Like, not just Battle Arena, but in the world. And that's where a pet would definitely come in handy. When you implement these strong monsters you can only encounter through stepping. But,
yeah, I think it'd be cool to see a system where like you could get an egg, you start from an egg, and then you hatch it from stepping, almost like Pokemon, and then you grow it, you feed it, you level it up so that it becomes its own, another thing you could control.
We played a game like that, remember? When we were trying out all those like browser-based MMOs, and you had like your whole hatchery. I don't remember the name, but like you raised your pets to take them to like the tree, which was like a staircase dungeon sort of thing, like a tiered system of like dungeoneering. But we played games like that. Let's cover the next one, which is level cap. So this would be very interesting. This would like pretty much nullify all the money the whales have put into this game. And it's introducing a level cap of 1,000. And it says any users that are above level 1,000, they'll be reduced to level 1,000, and they'll receive 1 diamond per 1,000 levels above the limit, which is kind of not really any compensation whatsoever to what you probably cost to boost your EP and your QP and whatever you had to do to get to like 80,000 or whatever level you are.
Yeah,
which,
but could you imagine like being at 100,000 and getting a crap ton of diamonds?
True, but what would you spend it on?
Like,
I don't know.
EP
with a level cap,
and
what
QPs?
Yeah, but like if you're at 1,000, what does it do for you to have like beyond a handful of EP QP? I mean, yeah, for PvP, sure, but do you really want to sit on Yomu's like fucking PvP bot with like 1,000 EP and like just sit there. There's not even guilds with 1,000 people in it.
That would be a great way to win a war.
I don't even think there's enough guilds in this game that have active members combined to 1,000. Like, I think it would just completely destroy the whales. I think they would just quit. There's just like, I don't know how you would. I honestly want a level cap. I'm one of those dudes. I'm in the camp of like level cap for sure.
Because I think it brought up an interesting argument of you have these players who've been playing for several years, and just by the fact that they've been playing the game for years, they're always going to be stronger than you. Like you will never be able to catch up to them realistically, unless they take a break or something, right? Like at every level you get points to put into your attack, your defense, your dexterity, and if someone's just grinding out for like 3-4 years, a level 100,000, and they just stack their points into attack, like there's no way you could win against them unless they take a break at some point
or quit. So
or quit.
And because there's no limit, people with money can infinitely stay ahead with the least amount of time invested in the game. Sure, you still gotta put in like work with like Battle Arena and X, Y, and Z, but like your money in this game can dictate a huge advantage for you. But yeah, like to your point, it's already been proven with New World. Before servers opened up and we were able to jump in, the market was already destroyed. And because the market was already destroyed, and it was probably never going to get fixed without a server, the world wipes, we would never have enough money to compete with the high-end players who are doing end-tier stuff in PvP. So, your point has been proven in games already. But
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if an actual level cap does get approved and pushed through.
I don't know. I think Mike would have to break a lot of hearts to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look, some of the visors and mods, they're kind of fucking whales. So that would be very interesting. But yeah, man, let me scroll down to the next one. Look at that awesome
so the
scrolling.
Next one.
I practice all day for that.
Yeah, the podcast listeners don't have to deal with your scrolling, so that must be a plus for them.
That's fucked up. That like really, that was like a.
You're welcome.
I started playing, so I wanted to buy. I know this is like completely off topic. I wanted to buy Project Triangle, right?
Yes,
but yeah, it's a game on Switch. It's pretty much Final Fantasy Tactics, which that's. Alan and I have wet dreams about this game.
Yes.
And like crusted over wet. No. But
okay.
But
very graphic.
Ghost of Tsushima, which is on PS4, it's exclusive. I was hoping it would come to PC, and it still might because of like Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff, right? Or not Last of Us, but God of War.
Sure.
It was on sale. $40 for like the deluxe edition with the newest DLC and everything. And I love samurai games. I'm a huge fan of like The Way of the Samurai or Samurai Warrior, all those games. So I'm playing that. So Alan, what you just said was like a katana straight into my gut. So thanks. I did a whole.
Wow, that was a
whole segue for just to say that hurt me. But go on.
Wow. All right. I'm glad you got your feelings out there. On to the next topic, Diamond Chess. So this next topic that Mike listed for version 11 was that there'd be Diamond Chess, just like your gold, gold chest, silver, bronze. So Diamond Chess can be opened with diamond keys, which makes sense. And they have a 50% chance of finding a celestial, which is huge. That's a huge thing. 50% compared to gold chests, which are like, man, I can't even remember. It's below 10% if I remember correctly. But it takes a single diamond key, which you have to get at the diamond store for 50 diamonds. This is literally just blatant pay to win at this point. That Mike was just like, let's see how much I can piss them off in this April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
I bet all the whales are salivating like, oh baby, let's
another
go.
money
Let me pull out the
sink,
credit card.
Yeah. Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say two things. One, Mike would make a lot more money, and two, it would definitely devalue Celestials because
yes,
now it would be an influx of Celestials on the market, right? So
that is true. It would help out the free to play players because they get a lot more Celestials on the market. That's an interesting take.
Thanks, man. Just game finance right here.
Yeah, we'll have to do a breakdown on the finance.
Mike, are you looking for in-game financial officers? Because Couch Cat Podcast does more than just one type of service here. He'll listen to it. He'll get back to us. So the next update or aspect of this version 11, right? I keep update version, whatever, man. Was probably one of the biggest change brought forth to the game, and would probably cause a lot of players to quit. And it's not apparent in the beginning of his spiel of the battle overhaul, because in the beginning it's actually pretty interesting. He talks about
it sounds cool.
Yeah, adding elemental effects to items, weapons, armor, etc., to the game, such as fire, ice, stone, and nature. Very, the way he explains it, it's very, I would say, Pokemon-ish, very rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. And it says each elemental effect has a strength and a weakness to ensure everything is balanced. So rock, paper, scissors right there. And enemies generated in the battle arena would have these elemental effects. So for higher tier battle arenas, which already slap you silly, you would have to very much pay attention, and this would probably force you to have a loadout for any type of enemy you would encounter. But at the same time, you can't switch your loadout in the middle of battle in SimpleMMO. So I don't know how you
can't.
You can?
No, you can't.
Okay,
you can't.
I thought you said. I was like, dude, you're fucking high. But so I don't really like No-Chan, who's a member of our Discord server and is a prominent player, and he's with Forest Guild. He said that it would just piss a lot of people off because you can't prepare really unless you have an armor set that has every piece of elemental on it, and you wouldn't be good at anything. You'd just be mediocre at all.
Yep.
But I think elementals just add more depth to the game. I don't know if I would make it too heavy on the rock, paper, scissor aspect, but I think it'd just be cool to have in general. I don't know. And EXP was altered in this battle overhaul. EXP gain would be reduced by 45% and would be capped at 500k per kill. And then also players who are PvP heavy can only kill 50 players every 24 hours.
That's awful. And that's the bad part.
And you know how you would reset it? With diamonds, okay? So
diamonds, baby! Give me your
rest
money.
assured, you have your options on the table. And then it says gold you can steal from players has been capped at 1%, and you now have a 2% chance of stealing diamonds. So best believe everyone in this game, or at least the top tier players who throw money at the game, would have diamonds 24/7 in their wallet. So everyone's going to be like, if they can even attempt to steal diamonds, they will. But it was just very interesting. The elements, kind of cool. Not so much in the battle arena, but I think in the open world aspect of the game, so the stepping, I think it would be kind of cool. I mean, not that you fight anything worth, like an element would actually change anything. I think world boss having an element would be kind of cool.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you're already making Mike already made world bosses harder from what we heard. So I think that would be just add more, maybe lore to the boss, or at least more of a profile. Oh, it's that boss again, and he's stone elemental, so he's a fucking pig,
And you could actually prepare for the boss because you know in advance what it is. So that would help destroy
so that's
it.
like a soft entry into the elemental effects, right? You can actually prepare for, like, it's like Monster Hunter. You know when you go on a hunt with your party what
you're going after.
Yeah, what their weaknesses is, or what their attack type is, what you need buffs for. So I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know, or maybe even just add a Monster Hunter like mechanic or like event in the game next to World Boss. But yeah, Alan, how about that 50 players every 24 hours?
Dude, that would be so rough. I couldn't imagine all those players who blew diamonds on their EP.
Like 1,000 EP.
They would die. Yeah, they would be so pissed off. They would have to reset using diamonds every time just to get their worth back.
You know, it'd be interesting. I just thought about this just now. I would see if like the player count's pretty large still and pretty active, and like Guild Wars are still, you know, the most prominent mechanic of the game or aspect of the game. I could see a lot of like mercenary players being hired to join people's guilds just so the guilds could abuse their 50 cap limit. And then just kick them, or, you know, let them sit. And like you could, you know, I could see guilds like, especially Dark Taylor, who just fucking wants to throw money at to get to the top. I could see guild leaders like her, like, hey, who hasn't killed 50 people today, you know, and then hire them, use them, whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I don't want a limit, but
oh no, I don't think there should be a limit at all. Yeah, thankfully it's just a joke. Hee hee ha ha.
Yeah, especially when they said you could only kill players who were offline. I think I did. Oh no, that's in notable mentions. We're about to cover that. But like, that's another aspect.
The next part is
the next part is guilds, which please.
The next part is guilds.
Hold on, let me scroll. Let me scroll. There you go.
Oh Lord. Yeah, this section, I gotta say, like, out of all of it, like, as a guild leader who's just having an inactive guild right now, God, I would love to have this section. This section seems so great. So guilds would reset their score every month to ensure the maximum amount of competitiveness, which I think is a great idea, right? Like, no more do you have these top guilds who are constantly just, once they're at the top, it's going to be... It's the same with level caps, right? Like, once they're up there, it's going to take forever to try to catch up with them, especially if they're still active. Darth Taylor's guild, for instance. Nice, you say Yi, whatever that may be. As long as they've been grinding longer than you have and they continue to grind, you're just never going to catch up to them. Unless you get, like, a crap ton of hard hitters or something. I don't know. But, so I think that's a cool addition. Winners, so then the guilds would be broken down into tiers as they compete, and then winners of each tier will receive 100 power points, which as a guild leader who struggled to maintain their power points when we were active, that would be amazing as well.
That would still be not enough.
Pretty darn awesome.
It's so not enough to maintain like the tier incentives of keeping your guild at like a level whatever, but it's still free, so whatever.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
The next part, which God is amazing, is having an officer that can do the same things as a guild leader. Oh my God, we've been talking about this for so long.
Yeah.
This was such a tease. This would have made life so much easier as a guild leader.
I complain about your leadership all the time on the podcast.
Yeah.
So this would be better.
If the leader is too busy with life, dude, this would be perfect. But it is what it is. And then the last part is that the maximum amount of EXP that a guild could obtain in Guild Wars has been capped to 10,000, which I think is pretty nice too, right? You have a limit, again, so that people can't exponentially outgrow everyone else. But yeah, this section was nice.
Yeah, I don't know how healthy it would be for our ecosystem, but I think it's not far off, or at least off the table in the future, because Mike implements the legacy leaderboards, right? And implements a change with the Guild Wars system after that. But it's kind of the more of the same. It's more of like the top 5 or the top 4 are pretty much unmovable. And then the ones below them are constantly like shifting by just hundreds of points of EXP. It's not like a huge gap. I mean, we sit in the top 20 by barely hanging on, right? So,
right.
It really comes down to, it's like, how do you balance Guild Wars when the top guilds are just, they're the top, because not only do they put the time into PvP and step and whatever, but they have almost all the active players of the community, you know? And a lot of new players, they will just get funneled into those guilds regardless. Like, they'll join Fly, they'll join Yi, you know, Death Star, they'll join, well, maybe not Murders of the Universe, but like, they'll join these more big name guilds right off the bat, just by looking at the leaderboard. Once they learn how to find it, or ask an advisor to how to find it, because I mean, fuck, you know. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to balance something where it's like, well, we're kind of number 1 through 3 or 4 because we have most of your player base to begin with. So, and I don't think you could change it either if, hey, now guild's going to have 500 people, because then it'd be like 2 guilds, you know, 2 active guilds, and like the fragments of like 6 people, like 6 people per guild, and our guild is like all dead, like all of our homies, rest in peace, pour one out. But like, I don't know, it'd be interesting. But that was guilds, and now the last part. The again, another notable mention section, Mike. Saw that coming. In the first notable mention, diamond store balancing. It says it now costs 35 diamonds to refill your energy points. Perfect. And then
very nice, very nice.
And what we were talking about, which is probably one of the biggest nightmares realized for PvPers, is you can only attack offline players, can't attack online players, and that's interesting. That would suck. I don't know, like, so much uptime in the game would just tick downward, I think. In addition, we have silver key price has been increased to 150k per key at a 5,000 gold increment. Inventory limit has been decreased to 1,000 from 20,000. And it had like a special note, like, you have till April 31st to figure this out.
That would have been hell.
Yeah.
Like, I have like 16,000 in my inventory right now just to burn through all that. 1,000? Yeah. Holy shit.
They didn't fix it the first time. I'm not going to do it the second time, you know? It says, market tax has been increased to 20%. Lots of crafting improvements, such as more items and materials. You can now marry other players if your interaction level is high enough, which I guess would be cool.
That one would be
most
amazing.
MMOs have that system, right? So, and a bunch of little freaks in this game want to fucking do that. So whatever. Talking about Koi specifically, like, when they read that and they all believed this was real, I screen capped some funny shit from Lone. So. I've got dirt on him now, and I posted in the SimpleMMO Discord all the time. Hope would know this, and Hope is a player that I have no idea who is, but I caught him in the screenshot too. But yeah, there's a bunch of more in depth, like, full explanations for these changes. These are just the cliff notes. Definitely go to the update tab in game, and you'll see like a full length of proposed changes in version 11 that, of course, are not live. They're not implemented, and most of the negatives, I hope, are not real. But who knows? Maybe in a year from now, Alan, we could be doing, you know, what version 11 warned us about. You know, like, the ultimate betrayal from Mike.
Wow. Yeah.
And before moving on, Alan, we actually have player input.
Yes, we do.
In the podcast input text channel in our Discord, which, if you have the podcast role, we also use that role to notify everyone to, put forth their podcast input for the upcoming episode if we need it, which most of the time we do, because we want you all involved in this with us. So before moving on and concluding this episode, because that is update 11 in a nutshell. And let me scroll back up, because that's just a better layout there, brother. But we got quite a bit of input. And Alan, if you don't mind, if we just go back to back on this, or not back and back, but flip flop. So I'll lead us off. Maven, once again coming in with input. She actually posted input earlier, and this is a channel where you can post, ideas for future episodes as well. Just throwing that out there. But Maven the Lost said, "Diamond theft would be hilarious. Imagine you have to do a mini game to unlock a player's diamond vault, but can only snag like 3% of it. It would be challenging. Or, well, the lower your rep, the better your ability to smack people. Instead of waving, you get smacked instead, and it does minor HP damage as an inconvenience." And this was in response to that's pretty funny. This is in response to our podcast input request, and I asked, what aspect of version 11, I said update, but version 11 do you wish was real, and what scared you the most if it was real? And Maven kind of spun like if this was, this would be a mechanic of the game. But Alan, you're up, brother.
Yeah, the next one is from Keeban, our resident chicken. He said, out of everything from version 11, I probably want the guild roles to be real. I'd assume most people say that, though. So instead, I'll choose the removal of Banker, because all Bankers are noobs. The one that would have scared the most is definitely the level 1000 cap. Then he says, I would be able to bully people 800 levels under me at most, and that's not fun. So, fair enough.
Yep, fair enough. I think that goes about, everyone.
Yep.
AWOL Briggy said, I like the can't attack players online, so this player is obviously crazy. I like to avoid doing that anyway, but mistakes happen. It would be nice if the game solved that potential annoyance for me. So AWOL had, he fights with emotions, which you need to absolve all emotions, and you just need to click attack, brother. Like, that's how you're going to succeed as a PvPer. But valiant effort, okay? I see you're honorable. He further explains, although with a staff hat on, I did immediately worry that such a rule would encourage players to use more intelligent, sneaky automation to stay active without triggering any of the current traps. None of the proposed changes freaked me out too much. I mean, it's a point in this game with arbitrary rules, so it doesn't really matter that much. It is what it is. Although, given previous reactions to any change, the potential for hysterics and tears would have been very high.
Yeah. I will say, the reason, my understanding is the reason why they don't like to attack players while they're online is because they are a staff member of SimpleMMO. So, if you see the mod, the second you get on, the mod comes over and smacks you down. Probably not good.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Mike, if you're, you're going to listen. So, Mike, I could be the face. I could be the enemy of SimpleMMO. I could do things that no other advisor or mod would ever do for you. Oh, that sounded creepy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read the next one, dude.
I'm sure you'll be hired. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. All right. Next one's from Crucio. Crucio. Say that one more time.
Definitely Crucio, dude. I talked to him, and he was like, nah, man, it's cool. It's whatever you want it to be. He didn't say that, actually. But...
Yeah, I was going to say. Anyways, the aspects of version 11 that he wished were real were new travel text with traversal trees, which would have been cool. And then also the time that it takes to step would have been reduced by 15%, which would have been nice as well. And then guild rolls. And then the things that scared him the most were the limited steps, the limited PvP kills, the level 1000 cap, and diamonds that can be stolen in PvP, because he says, this scared me, a free-to-play player, the most.
My 4 diamonds, please.
Yeah.
Casua wrote, I wish the update where you can travel together was real. It'd be an awesome experience when traveling together with friends, and you could see what they found while stepping, or if they are fighting an enemy. Very cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a really cool part of it.
That would have been cool. Jurg, our Resident E member, said, she's very straight and to the point. I like the guild rolls and dislike the 50 PvP per day cap.
Yep, Jurg is a heavy
simple.
PvPer.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And now I get to read No Chan's story. His Harry Potter novel.
Yeah.
Always appreciated No Chan. He says, I'd be happy with all the stepping changes except step limit and costing an EP to fight a step NPC, which is discussed in the bigger breakdown of the version 11 in the update tab in-game. Most of the battle changes are a sadage, which is internet speak. So, sad. Being unable to kill online
Thanks
people,
for translating that.
Just in case, man. Just in case. PvP limit, diamond stealing, and battle arena nerfs are all sadage IMO. I don't see how the elements thing would be, or would not be annoying. As based from the wording in the update, it appears to be just something where you see the element, and then just spam the element it's weak to. That just serves to punish people who don't want to focus while they battle arena. For profile changes, I think it's fine to show how many diamonds people have. Again, this was discussed in the update. People can already spy to see it. I don't like people being able to see how many diamonds you bought with RWC. What the fuck is RWC? Real world cash, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Bro, if you're a whale, get outed. No, whatever. People are going to realize when you have the achievement, because there's an achievement that says you bought blah 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 amount of diamonds, and that's the telltale sign already. So just go through the achievement tab if that's really like you care about. Only extent I'd like to see that is a checkmark showing if someone is free to play or not. What? Interesting. Guild changes are all bad except guild rolls. I'd be okay if the season mechanic, if there was a stat for all GXP ever that didn't reset on top of the monthly GXP. So guild EXP. All the diamond sword changes are bad. Pet changes would be cool. They'd give me something else to grind. Yeah, No Chan's a huge grinder. And pretty much all the other changes, quality of life additions, and balancing issues are horrible. All of them, in fact, except the bug fixes and negative interaction and slapping people. Damn.
He had a good one. Finally, the last one. Rippy said, I'm sad that version 11 was live for such a short time that I didn't get to try it out. Mm-hmm. And you and me both, dude. Sucked for us people who had to work.
Yeah, or you'd be like me and just not log in for the day. You take the easy way out around here.
That too.
But yeah, that was player input. Straight from the community, straight from our friends and fans. So if that interests you, be sure to join our Discord. The links are in the SimpleMMO Discord as well, if that's where you reside. And come over, snag a podcast role, snag all the roles if you want. We highly recommend that. And that way, as long as you have podcast roles, you'll see our requests for input from the community with the guidelines and the questions that we're requesting. And you'll be shouted out like all of our friends and fans were this episode and episodes moving forward. Yeah, that was it. That's version 11, what could have been, a giant April Fool's joke. Very cool of Mike to take the time to put this on. The way he presented it was very, he kept continuity, so to speak, right? Like, it looked just like any other blog post. The patch notes looked just like any other patch notes. I I would say the media around it, so like the Discord posting, in the update log and stuff, it looked official, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the mods
did.
Maybe some of the mods were in on it. I don't know, but like everything looked like it was real until I would say like you read the part where he was like, because no one was like, you know, satisfied of the game so far or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's just being cheeky. Like that gave you away right there.
Yeah.
Really cool of him to do that. Oh, good job. Because like right off the bat, I was like DMing Alan. I was like, dude, this is it. Like this is our next big episode. Like this is gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then literally like not even an hour later, it's like April fucking Fools, and I was like, well, I'm the fool. But yeah, so what's next? As you all know, it's April. Easter's around the corner. The Easter event is the next big, I would say, SimpleMMO. It's an event. It's coming up. And we are fortunate enough to have teaser information about the event.
Yes.
Thanks to, you know, shout out to Wicked and Ubi. Of course, Wicked is an admin of SimpleMMO, the public face, pretty much, for the community, right? And then Ubi is now the full-time artist, from what I understand. Rest in peace, Pixel, wherever you are. You know, we just got back, everything's changed, but Ubi was already doing stuff when we were around, right? Like he was doing 1 or 2 items, but now he's like the main artist right now. So that's really cool to see. And thanks to them for providing the goods. So keep a lookout. Our next episode will be all about the Easter event. Well, it's going to be a micro video, right, Alan? Like it's
right.
Mainly going to form a blog post, which our website has, and we'll have links to. And if you join our Discord, I'm sure Mike will help us out in the SimpleMMO Discord of where those will be posted, where you can see the teaser. We have images, so you can see the teaser surrounding the items and things of that nature. So that's what's next. Should be fun. Alan, as we go into the outro, do we have any new reviews? I don't remember.
Yes, we do.
Oh, the best part.
Yeah.
We need
reviews,
everyone.
Yeah, for any new listeners today, we like to read out any reviews that people put on our website. So by all means, please submit a review, and we'll shout you out the next episode. This goes out to Peter Smallpawner, the Gold Spawner, which fabulous name. He said 5 stars. Welcome back. I miss your guys' podcasts. It's good to have you back talking about this amazing game. So thank you, Peter Smallpawner, the Gold Spawner. Appreciate the review.
That's the best thing. When you leave a review, you have the option to either go through our website to iTunes, which helps us a lot, but you can also leave a review directly on our website. And you can pick whatever name you want. You don't need any personal information. And so there's a lot of funny names out there. A lot of people messing with us in a good way. But yeah, thanks. Thanks, Peter. And I think I know who you are, but I'm not going to say that out loud because I don't want to be wrong. And that being said, you can leave a review on our website, but you can also go to our website and you can see all of our podcasts released. So if you want to listen directly on the website, you can. If you want to watch our videos directly on our website, you can. Of course, they're all hyperlinks to, you know, our YouTube, the podcast platforms we're on, such as Apple, Google, Stitcher, everything, Spotify. And you can see our blog posts. Every once in a while, we'll do blog posts that cover or complement the episodes we release here. Again, we're going to be, our Easter teaser is more in line with a blog post, so be sure to check our website frequently for that, or join a Discord and get notified instantly when it's released. So please check it out, couchcatpod.com. All of the links, social media such as our Twitter, Instagram, they're all on that through that website, and that website link is available in our podcast show notes. I was going to say leave a review, but Alan already covered that, and you'll get shouted out. But one last thing, if you like the show, please tell your friends, tell your guild mates, tell whoever you can in the Simple MMO community. We spread by word of mouth and through the help of Mike and SMO staff. I like SMO, Simple MMO staff. So
yeah,
and we appreciate everyone who's found us, either stumbled upon our content or has been referred to our content. We appreciate you for coming around and stopping by, and we also appreciate our friends and fans from the beginning who continually point people our direction and enjoy our content. But that's all I got. That's episode 3 of the Couch Cat podcast. Alan, goodbye. Peace.
See ya.
Let's see. I hit stop recording on Descript, and then I'll hit stop recording on the video.